Breaking today, Prince Harry's courtroom dramas are set to cost him £1.5 million as his biographer and our royal mastermind Angela Levin reports that the Duke is in a total mess financially as he continues with these spurious examples of lawfare. So Angela Levin, £1.5 million of his own money sunk into another disastrous case. And he doesn't have this money anymore, does he? I mean, I know there's the inheritance from the late Queen Mother, and he is still sitting on the nest egg from Princess Diana. But remember, their outgoings are so extraordinarily large. What are you hearing about the financial situation and why this is potentially motivating this attempt at peace talks with King Charles?
Yes, well, it's extremely difficult for him because Meghan uses so much money. They have so many people who try to look after them, all four of them. It's 3 a day, so they get an awful lot of money for that. Meghan has the most expensive clothes and jewelry that you can imagine, and they're living in a house that's far too big for her. I always say this, they don't need 16 bathrooms, and it's still true. You have to live according to how you can manage. And so he thought he would win. He still thinks, I'm a prince. They listen to me. You can see that in many things he says. He goes off and he still expects to get the same reaction as he had when he was a prince. Well, he is by name, but it's no longer. His life is like a prince. People aren't that interested in it anymore. If he wants to go and give a speech, not many people are so interested anymore. So this is it. So he still feels that he should get some money. If it's not from the court, it should be from our tax. But I can assure you that people don't want to give him tax so he can get Meghan over and they can afford all these things. He's not interested. He's missed out because he's been so appallingly behaved that people don't feel now they want to help him because he's not doing anything to help himself actually or anybody else. He doesn't make anything important. Nobody really cares for either of them. What have they done or said now that's been really important? Jam? Wine?
Scam jam,
or even ordinary jam.
pissy
It's not very
rosé.
interesting. Netflix is not going to get their £100,000 in worth because nobody's really interested in that. That they don't drag people. Before, what they said about their lives and how they were living, absolutely fascinating. Oh gosh, this is terrible. How poor man, poor woman. And now you don't believe a word of it. Quite right too. Even Meghan's mother's gone off because she doesn't like her moaning and groaning anymore. So they've got nothing to offer, and he's got to try and get the money somehow, and that is to go through the courts. But this time, the judge has caught up with him, and first of all, the judge can't stand it anymore because
You know things are bad when even your own fans start whispering, what happened to him? But when it comes to Prince Harry lately, the whispers have turned into full-blown headlines. Because let's not sugarcoat this. He's in a total mess. And it's not just the tabloids saying it. The courtroom just handed him a £1.5 million slap in the face, and no amount of palace drama or Netflix spin can hide it anymore. But what's even more embarrassing, it's not just the money he lost, it's how he lost it. The judge literally called out Harry for trying to play games with the legal system, delaying the inevitable, and wasting everyone's time. Think about that. A royal, once third in line to the throne, being publicly humiliated in a courtroom, all while his wife Meghan is busy burning through millions like it's monopoly money. Before we dive deeper into this unforgettable video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon. That way you'll never miss any new coming videos like this. Now let's get back to it. Let's rewind for a second. This whole disaster started when Harry, in a rage-filled mission to expose the British press, sued multiple UK media outlets over alleged phone hacking. Some of his claims? Fair enough. But the way he went about it? Total chaos. Documents missing. Deadlines ignored. Witnesses nowhere to be found. His legal team showing up to court like they're auditioning for a Netflix drama. And here's the kicker. His main lawsuit, the one that really had the press sweating, just collapsed. Why? Because Harry didn't have the evidence. The judge, in a tone so cold it could freeze Buckingham Palace, said Harry had no real prospect of success. In other words, stop wasting the court's time. And now he owes £1.5 million in legal fees to the very same people he was trying to bring down. Irony or karma? You decide. But that's just the surface. Behind the scenes, things are unraveling fast. Sources close to the couple say Harry is growing more isolated, frustrated, and worst of all, broke. And yes, that word isn't being used lightly. His once soaring fortune is now leaking faster than Meghan's spending habits. Let's talk about that, shall we? Because while Harry is losing court battles and money, Meghan is reportedly spending like she's still living in a palace. Except this one is in Montecito, with a $14 million price tag. And the bills don't stop there. From private chefs to security teams, luxury fashion, and exclusive travel, insiders claim Meghan's lifestyle demands have only gone up, not down. And Harry, he's footing the bill, or trying to. Netflix deal, flailing, Spotify, canceled, Invictus Games, still respected, but no longer bringing in the kind of attention that turns into money. And now with this £1.5 million court loss, his financial cushion is practically gone. One insider was quoted saying he thought stepping away from the royals would bring peace and independence, but now he's more trapped than ever, financially and emotionally. It gets worse. Apparently, Harry tried to delay the court ruling, hoping to gather more evidence or negotiate a quieter settlement. But the judge wasn't having any of it. In fact, she called out Harry for dragging the case, saying he should have known better. That kind of public rebuke doesn't just sting, it scars. And while all this is happening, Meghan is reportedly focused on her next Hollywood venture. She's been meeting producers, planning new content, and even exploring rebranding efforts. But the public response? Lukewarm. Her recent appearances haven't exactly won over the crowd. Some say her popularity peaked years ago, and now, without the royal machine behind her, she's learning just how cold the industry can be. Meanwhile, Harry's stuck in the middle of a storm he helped create. The public sees it, the media smells blood, and even royal experts who once sympathized with him are now turning critical. He's not the man he used to be, one commentator said. It's like he traded his crown for chaos, and now he's paying the price. And let's not ignore how all of this reflects on the monarchy itself. Because while King Charles and Prince William remain relatively quiet, you can bet they're watching all of this unfold with a mix of disappointment and vindication. After all, they warned Harry, they tried to help him, and now from the outside looking in, it's clear he's falling, fast. But here's the part that really hurts. This didn't have to happen. Harry had the world's sympathy when he left the UK. People understood his pain, his trauma, his desire to protect his family. But instead of building something better, he got caught in lawsuits, media fights, and luxury living that he simply couldn't afford. And Meghan? Well, she hasn't commented on the court loss, but insiders say she's deeply concerned about the financial strain. Translation: this is not the life she signed up for. As Harry faces mounting pressure to explain the mess and pay for it, many wonder what's next. Can he recover? Can they rebuild? Or is this just the beginning of a much deeper fall? Because right now, one thing is clear. Prince Harry is no longer just a former royal. He's a man in freefall, tangled in legal disasters, financial loss, and a marriage that's starting to show the cracks. And the worst part? The world is watching every second of it. It was supposed to be just another private legal battle, quiet, controlled, behind closed doors. But nothing is ever quiet when it comes to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Not when there's £1.5 million on the line. And definitely not when the entire British media is waiting to pounce. Because what happened in that courtroom didn't just leave Harry humiliated, it left him completely exposed, financially, emotionally, reputationally. And if you're wondering how Meghan Markle fits into all of this, oh, don't worry, she's right at the center, spending money faster than Harry can lose it. Let's rewind. Prince Harry sued a major British newspaper, Again, this time over claims that he tried to cover up details of his security arrangements. He insisted it was about his truth, but the judge wasn't buying it. Not only did Harry lose the case, but the court ordered him to pay a whopping £1.5 million in legal costs. That's not a fine. That's not damages. That's just to cover the lawyers. That's how badly he lost. And it stung. You could see it on his face when he walked out of that courtroom. The red cheeks, the clenched jaw. This wasn't just about the money. It was about pride. About a prince who gave up everything for freedom, only to end up shackled by bad decisions and a growing pile of legal fees. But here's where it gets worse. While Harry is busy burning money in courtrooms, Meghan is out there burning money in real life. According to leaked reports from sources close to the couple, Meghan has spent over $5 million in the last year alone. Private chefs, luxury stylists, security for events that barely even made the headlines. Multiple business-class flights for her team. Not even herself. Her team. Because apparently the Duchess can't launch a brand without an entourage. And Harry? He's just trying to keep up. He sold his share of the royal inheritance. He's dipped into trust funds. And now, with another court loss added to his tab, people are starting to whisper the unthinkable. Is Prince Harry going broke? Let's not forget, this isn't the first time Harry's taken a financial hit. Spotify dropped them. Netflix isn't renewing anything. Their public image has taken such a beating that even the brands that once lined up to work with them are now backing away slowly. Behind the smiles and photo ops, there's a growing silence. The kind of silence that follows a brand collapse. And Meghan? Well, Meghan is still pitching, still pushing, still branding herself as a visionary and global tastemaker. But what brand survives when your entire foundation, your husband, is crumbling under legal losses and financial pressure? The British tabloids are having a field day. They're calling Harry a cautionary tale, a man who walked away from royalty only to become a celebrity with no compass. The headlines write themselves: Harry's legal hell, Markle's money madness, Sussex's on the brink. Even former allies are backing away. Palace insiders say the royal family is deeply embarrassed by Harry's behavior, not just because he lost, but because he keeps dragging the family name into his battles. Battles they never wanted. And now people are starting to ask the one question Harry hoped no one would. What is he even fighting for anymore? Because let's be honest, £1.5 million for a case he was never going to win? That's not strategy. That's ego. That's desperation. And when you stack that on top of Meghan's luxury spending habits, the cracks in the Sussex fairy tale start to show. Insiders close to the couple describe a very different picture behind the scenes. Harry is said to be withdrawn, irritable, and deeply frustrated by how fast the money is disappearing. He's constantly reviewing their security bills, arguing with accountants, questioning every travel expense. But it's already too late. The damage is done. The headlines are out. And now the world knows. Prince Harry is in a total mess, financially, legally, emotionally, and it's not going away anytime soon. And the worst part? Meghan doesn't seem fazed. She's still smiling for cameras, still promoting her upcoming projects, still styling herself as a billionaire in waiting. Maybe she's hoping the public won't notice what's happening behind the scenes. Maybe she thinks the fairy dust hasn't worn off yet. But trust me, the public notices. They've been watching, waiting. And now they're asking, how much longer can Harry keep this up before everything falls apart? Because £1.5 million isn't just a loss, it's a warning sign, a red flag, a line crossed. And the next time Harry steps into a courtroom, he might not just lose money. He might lose the last bit of dignity he has left.